would like to welcome you to this segment of Worldwide Event Fulfilling Prophecy from the ordained radio, television, gospel ministry channel. My name is the Olubenga Elias, and I pray that as you listen, that the Lord will help you and also help me also to prepare ourselves adequately for the coming of the Lord, and that we will not be the hearer of the word alone, not the speaker of the word, but the doer of the word, in Jesus' name. We are going to look at travailing of weather and nature of heaven. That's what we are looking at today. The travailing signs in the travailing of weather and nature of evils. Under this worldwide event fulfilling prophecy, we look at event that is happening around the world and how they are fulfilling prophecy. So today we are looking at the travailing of weather and the nature of evils. Now, if you look at it closely, let's start from our country, Nigeria. So they say charity begins at home. You will discover that the weather has been erratic. The weather has been erratic. In some part of the country, there's flooding, like we are all aware of what happened in Jeba, where so many people died as a result of flood. Whereas in some other part, there will not be rain. You discover that rain is lacking, or the cloud will just gather and rain is not falling. Rather, it's bringing with it severe cold, and you begin to wonder how the farmers are going to cope, because the prediction of the weather pattern and the season is out of order. It's become disjointed, and it's very difficult for even farmer to predict the dry season, the summer, the period of the latter rain and the former rain, because planting is done in 2 seasons, the former rain, then during the period of the latter rain. But because of the travailing of the weather pattern and the evils that is going on in nature, wherein everything has become erratic, we discover that it is very difficult to predict, and this on its own can lead to severe famine, wherein you discover flooding is going on in some places, destroying and damaging crops, while in some other places there are no rain for the farmer to plant. And if they plant, there's no rain to water it. Yes, they may say they are going into irrigation and fadama farming, but the truth of the matter is that the water that is produced from nature and the one that is coming from God, added to whatever you produce, whatever you are using as artificial irrigation, it makes the harvest to be bumper. But in a situation where the farmers are depending only in irrigation, and how many places are they doing irrigation in Nigeria? What is the significance of this event? We are going to see the prophecy they are fulfilling in the Bible. Let's turn our attention to the book of Luke 21 verse 11 and Luke 21 verse 25. It says, in Luke 21 verse 11 says, "And great earthquake shall there be in diverse places, and famine and pestilence, and fearful sight and great sign shall there be from heaven." If you go to the same chapter, verse 25 of it, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the star, and upon the earth distress of nation with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. You see, when you look at all these things, it can cause fear. These things that we are seeing make men to begin to be afraid, and yes, they have. It's understandable, because when weather pattern is out of order, famine cannot be. It's not something that can be far-fetched. And if you look at it, it's not only in Nigeria. If you now go to other parts of the world, in this August, this last month, we witnessed what happened in some part of America, in New York and so on. Severe storm and flooding. Texas this year, you see how storm came, and those youth that went for summer camp meeting, many of them were killed. And if you go to some other part of Europe, I think Spain, you discover that some are battling with wildfire. And when you look at all these things, you look at it that why is it that nature is disjointed and out of order? These are signs. This event in nature, this event in weather of events, is telling us that the coming of the Lord is near. He's telling us, it's a warning signal to man that the time to prepare for the coming of the Lord is now. If there's anybody that has been procrastinating about their salvation, I want to announce to you that procrastination cannot be more dangerous. This is the time for you to make haste and surrender your life to Jesus, because the significance of all these events that you are seeing is not something that you can just use your hand to wave away. Yes, the scientists may be explaining it away and telling us that it's a threat of global warming and climate change or whatever. Yes, we are not ruling out that. But if you look at it very, very well, you discover that God has created everything to be perfect. It is as a result of men's disobedience and knowledge increasing that they decide to go against the order of God. And going against the order of God, you see the result of it, global warming, and it's as if they brought problem to themselves and God added to it. So if global warming and the problem of carbon monoxide emission and all those other gases is causing the ozone layer to deplete, now because they are going against the plan of God, and because they no longer consider God. The Bible says because they no longer retain God, God gave them over to a reprobate mind. They believe that they have it all and they have all the knowledge. Unfortunately, their knowledge has made the world to be in chaos. It has disturbed the weather pattern. It has made nature to be in upheaval. They are trying to find solution to it, but they themselves, the problem that man has created, man does not have the capacity to create solution to it completely. Yes, they may have some capacity, but the only one that has the all-round capacity and power to put things aright and set him back to order is God. But they have refused to accept him. The more they drift away from God, the more these things continue. The travailing of nature and the weather pattern will increase, bringing with it earthquake in diverse places, volcanic eruption, in some places wildfire that is uncontrollable. I pray that as you hear this, that all these signs will make you to draw closer to Jesus, and you will not procrastinate and postpone the day of your salvation. We are going to continue in the next segment and the next episode. God bless your heart. Stay blessed.